It's time for family. So Fast X is the 10th mainline installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, this one being directed by Louis Leterrier. Due to the events of a previous Fast and Furious film, a person that was in the continuity of a previous film is going after Dom and his family to tear them apart piece by piece. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Fast X.
Excellent!
I'm actually a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. As a matter of fact, I grew up with the Fast and Furious franchise. If you guys remember correctly, back in 2021 when I reviewed F9, I did not like F9. And as a matter of fact, if you guys remember correctly, it was this close to being my worst movie of 2021. Like, I did not like F9. So as y'all can imagine, when I heard that they were making a 10th movie that was originally going to be split into 2 parts, now 3, I was only dreading it, knowing how much I did not like F9. I walked into my screening of Fast X, not really having the highest expectations, and guys, not only am I shocked, I'm surprised, and I'm so happy to say that Fast X, I had a really good time with this movie. I enjoyed the majority of the performances here. Vin Diesel is still good, Michelle Rodriguez is still good, Ludacris is good, Tyrese Gibson is still good. There are 3 performances that stand out in Fast X. One of them being Brie Larson as a character to which, before I saw the film, well, I had seen a behind the scenes special, so I knew who she was, but I liked Brie Larson in this film. I thought she was an absolute badass. Going back to F9, if you guys remember correctly, one of my biggest criticisms with that movie was John Cena, but man, in Fast X, John Cena was easily one of the standouts of Fast X. I loved John Cena. There are scenes that he shares with another character, and the banter that he has and his comedic timing is absolutely brilliant. The main standout of Fast X is Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa absolutely knocked it out of the damn park. Fast and Furious has found its Joker. That is the best way I can describe Jason Momoa's character. You can tell that Jason Momoa is having the time of his life playing as a villain that is just eating up and chewing up every single scene in this movie. Something in particular that I criticized a lot about F9 was a sense of stakes, the action, and the overall sense of fear in F9. I thought that Justin Lin still did a good job of orchestrating some great action, but the biggest criticism I had with the action of F9 was that I felt like there were no stakes, no sense of fear, and essentially that reality was completely scraped in F9. Not only the stakes are back in Fast X, but the sense of fear and the tethers to reality are back once again. Now, don't get me wrong too, guys. Fast X still giddily plays with laws of physics, absolutely, but at the same time, what Louis Leterrier does with the action here is that he still grounds it still just enough to make the characters feel like they could actually die in this reality, which I thought was missing from F9. And by the way, speaking of the action, holy shit! The action in Fast X is absolutely bonkers, and once again, it takes the action pedal to the metal up to 11, and it does not let up. And the set pieces in this movie are absolutely insane. There is in particular a great action sequence in this movie that I had such a great time with. I was on the edge of my seat, and my word, just the action all together is great in this movie. It is so it's so good to say that again. Something else in particular that I really enjoyed for the majority of it, and I'm going to be very brief on this one, and that is the story of Fast X. There were definitely times in Fast X's story that had me laughing, I was smiling, I was feeling giddy once again, and in particular, I cannot say too much more than what to say, so all I'm going to say is this: stay for the post-credit sequence.
Well, that's just fucking great!
While I really enjoyed Fast X, at the same time, this movie does still have its fair share of issues, and I mean quite a few issues. Starting off with this, and that's the storytelling. Quite a few times, it does seem with the storytelling doesn't have the greatest focus, as it does feel a bit all over the place, especially with the editing at times. Fast X will go into a direction sometimes where it just doesn't seem as interesting as it could before it goes back into a direction where it definitely gets my interest again. Now, don't get me wrong, I was never bored with Fast X. In fact, I was entertained the entire time, but at the same time, it just feels like it's a bit all over the place at times, and it just seems like it doesn't have a particular focus during times during the movie. The weakest performance of Fast X is without a doubt Alan Ritchson. Now, Alan Ritchson did great as Jack Reacher in the Reacher series, which, by the way, check out Reacher. Seriously, he is so good. I just didn't buy Alan Ritchson as a character in this franchise. And every time that he left off screen, no joke, I completely forgot Alan Ritchson. Every time that he was off screen, every time he came back, I was just going like, oh, that's right, I forgot you were in this movie. Who are you again? There's a couple of times throughout the third act of Fast X where it really is straining its credibility, and in terms of the story even more so, guys. So there's a couple of decisions that the storytelling does, one in particular that I did not buy at all. When I saw this moment, I literally went, are you fucking kidding me?
And here we go.
So overall, as a person that strongly disliked F9, I am so happy to say that Fast X finds fuel for a franchise that was completely out of gas. And I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but I cannot wait to see the final 2 installments of the Fast and Furious franchise. And believe me, guys, I am just as shocked as you are saying that. All in all, I had a really good time with Fast X, so I'm going to give Fast X a 3.5 out of 5. Believe me, I am just as shocked as you are, but trust me when I say this to you guys, Fast X brings the fun back to Fast and Furious, and I cannot wait to see the final 2 movies. So comment down below and let me know, are you looking forward to Fast X? Are you now looking forward to Fast X? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames or description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Fast X. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for when my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.